We've known for some time that Ghost Rider, starring Gabriel Luna, and Damian Helstrom are coming to Hulu, along with Glyph and what we thought was Spirits of Vengeance. Well, news dropped today that is true, however they will be branded as Adventure into Fear. This is part of an entire line of darker, supernatural themed content that will be under this overall umbrella. Our friends over at Lords of the Longbox YouTube channel put these on the radar of many fans, and today the head of Marvel TV, Jeph Loeb, added some additional confirmation and context to the story. So far we know that Runaways and Cloak and Dagger will cross over. We also know that Hulu has animated series on the way centering around MODOK, Howard the Duck, Hitmonkey, Tigra, and Dazzler, and that will all culminate in a show called The Offenders. Jeph Loeb was talking to Deadline.com, and this is a quote from him. "There is in the comic book world the spirit of vengeance. And they are this sort of unusual group of characters which involve Ghost Rider, which involve Helstrom, which involve Helstrom's sister Anna." Pinned in that, we'll come back to it. "We suddenly saw that there were 3 or 4 shows that we could put together that we now refer to as Adventure into Fear." He also made clear that this is terror and not horror. Perhaps a subtle distinction, but something he feels important nonetheless. These stories will start out with someone thinking that they're the monster of the story, the villain if you will, but go on to realize that they're actually the hero. So let's talk about what he said. Helstrom's sister Anna. So Satana first appeared in Vampire Tales 2 from 1973. She's been a part of Howling Commandos, Legion of Monsters, and some other teams. And Marvel properties seem to culminate in ensemble team events. I mean, look at Avengers, look at Netflix with the Defenders, look at what they're doing with Runaways and Cloak and Dagger. It's easy to think that Loeb is going to do the same thing with Hulu. The titles that come under Adventure into Fear will culminate in a team event at some point a year or 2 down the road. It could very well be Howling Commandos, of which Glyph was a part, another character we know on the way, and this could easily tie to the MCU and to Sword, which is a show that's supposed to replace Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC. And in the comic books, Helstrom's sister was named Satana, but Jeph Loeb referred to his sister as Anna, so we go from Satana to Anna. Adventure into Fear as a comic book began in the latter part of 1970. The first 9 issues were actually reprints from the Silver Age, these monsterific stories from Strange Tales and Tales to Astonish. And beginning with issue 10, we had people like Jerry Conway, Howard Chaykin, Rich Buckler, Frank Bruner, Gray Morrow teaming up for some really frightful tales of Man-Thing. Despite being canceled, there was an extremely positive response to DC Universe's Swamp Thing. So I could see Jeph Loeb and Hulu capitalizing on that, as there is clearly a market for these stories, and Adventure into Fear is ripe with those exact same types of stories. The latter part featured Doug Munch, Bill Mantlo, Gil Kane, Len Wein, and a whole host of these other people. And they were stories about Morbius the Living Vampire, but Morbius is currently with Sony, who actually has a film on the way starring Jared Leto, so that's off the table for Marvel's Hulu. So that leaves us with the other titular character being Man-Thing. Now keep in mind that these announcements are coming just prior to Disney's D23 event. So we here at JLS Comics and our friends over at Lords of the Longbox have been speculating that the announcements for D23 will include Hulu announcements. Expect Jeph Loeb to get up on stage and expound upon this a bit more. Jeph Loeb also offered this interesting tidbit to Deadline.com. Marvel Television will be doing shows with Disney+. We just haven't announced what we're going to do there. So my thoughts on this whole thing are, yes, it will culminate in a team event, and I think it will be Howling Commandos, and it will feature Helstrom, Ghost Rider, Satana as Anna, Glyph, Man-Thing, and a female Blade. It is tied to Hulu, to Disney+, to the MCU. Female Blade has been a project long in the works, and with a female Blade could work with multiple quadrants of targeted audience. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is exciting? Do you like that title, Adventure into Fear? Go ahead and let's continue the conversation down there. If it's your first time here or if you're returning, I do thank you for pressing play on the video. If you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe as well. We upload content just like this every week. And that's it, my friends, for this one. I'm Jesse. This is JLS Comics, and I'll see you soon.